observed the scene, shut the door and stand outside. The area DI had turned up shortly afterward, and it hadn't been more than 10 minutes before he'd called the major crime superintendent, which meant that this was clearly a murder, probably not domestic. "Nasty," the DI said cheerfully when Lou got to yonder cottage. "Your first one, isn't it, Mum? Good luck." "Cheers." Lou recognised him. He'd been one of the trainers when she'd been a probationer, which made the mom feel rather awkward. "Where have you got to?" she asked. "They've started the house-to-house," he responded. "Nothing so far. The woman who found her is in the kitchen up at the farmhouse with the family liaison. Mrs. Felicity Maitland. She owns the farm with her husband, Nigel. Nigel Maitland?" The last two words were phrased as a question, implying that Lou should recognise the name. She did. Maitland had associates who were known to be involved in organised crime in Briarstone and London. He'd been brought in for questioning on several occasions for different reasons. Each time he'd given a no-comment interview, or one where he stuck to one-word answers in the company of his very expensive solicitor. Each time he had been polite, cooperative, as far as it went, and utterly unhelpful. Each time he had been released without charge. Circumstantial evidence, including his mobile phone number appearing on the itemised phone bill of 3 men who were eventually charged with armed robbery and conspiracy, had never amounted to enough to justify an arrest. Nevertheless, the links were there, and officers in a number of departments were watching and waiting for him to make a mistake. In the meantime, Nigel went about his legitimate day job, running his farm and maintaining his expensive golf club membership, the horses, the Mercedes and the Land Rover and the Porsche convertible, and stayed one step ahead. "Mrs. Maitland's in charge of the stables, leaves all the rest of it to her husband," the area DI said. "The victim worked for them as a groom, lived here in the cottage rent-free. I gather she was a family friend." "Any word on the offender?" "Nothing so far. Apparently the victim lived on her own." "What happened?" "She's at the bottom of the stairs. Massive head trauma." "Not a fall?" "Definitely not a fall." "Weapon?" "Nothing obvious. CSI are on the way, apparently." Yonder cottage was a square, brick-built house, separated from the main road by an overgrown hedge and an expanse of gravel upon which a dark blue Nissan was parked. The scene tape stretched from the hedge to a birch tree. Outside of this, a roughly tarmacked driveway led up to a series of barns and outbuildings. Beyond this, apparently, was the main house of Hermitage Farm. "Right," Lou said, more to herself than anyone else. "Let's get started." Her phone was ringing. The cavalry was on the way. To DCI 10023 Louisa Smith. From D Superintendent 9143 Gordon Buchanan. Date, Thursday the 1st of November 2012. Subject, Op Nettle, Polly Lucas. Louisa, hope the MIR is coming together. Ops planning have given us the name Op Nettle for the murder of Polly Lucas. Let me know if you need any further help. Gordon. To Central Analytical Team from DCI 10023 Louisa Smith. Date, Thursday the 1st of November 2012. Subject, Op Nettle. Analytical requirement. Could someone please contact me ASAP about providing an analyst for the major incident room of Op Nettle? I have a full MIR team with the exception of an analyst and have failed to reach anyone by phone. DCI Louisa Smith, Major Crime. 11:29. Julia Dobson, 58 years old and current ladies golf champion at the Morden Golf and Country Club, pulled the heavy velvet curtain slightly to one side and peered out. From where she stood in the bay window of Lentonbury Manor, which was not actually a manor house, in much the same way as Seaview Cottage, a few yards further toward the village, did not actually have a sea view, she could see some distance up Cemetery Lane toward the entrance to Hermitage Farm on the left and Hazelden Barn on the right. "That makes 3, she mused. "Good Lord, what on earth is going on?" Ralph, her husband, murmured in reply from behind his copy of the Financial Times, delivered by the newsagent's van an hour ago. They didn't have a paperboy anymore. The last one had nearly been run over by a tractor, and his mother had insisted he went.